I'm here with the cast of Bye Bye Birdie, and we're going to be interviewing them and asking them a few questions. So what can either of you tell us about Bye Bye Birdie?
Bye Bye Birdie is one of the more popular musicals in recent history. I would argue to say that it was one of the most popular musicals. It's set in the 1950s, and it's kind of like a big homage/tribute to the rock and roll era of the time, with the titular character Conrad Birdie being an Elvis Presley type.
Okay, and who are you guys playing in the show?
I'm playing the role of Albert Peterson. He's a songwriter and the owner of a record label, and he's the manager of Conrad Birdie, who Josh is playing in this year's production.
And what made you guys decide to audition for these roles? What inspired you to do that?
To be honest, I really didn't know that much about the story of Bye Bye Birdie before this audition process, but then I began to look into it, and I saw just how much I had already heard from it before then, and I realized how culturally ingrained it was, and the performance aspect. It's very big, Broadway, everything like that. And I was like, okay, and I began to fall in love with the characters and the story of this man trying to make ends meet, and so he finds this rock star and tries to get this big publicity stunt going before he's drafted into the army, and it sets this entire town off into a spin.
What made you want to audition for the show?
I didn't really know much about Bye Bye Birdie before it was announced for that we were going to be performing it this year. And then whenever I began to look into it, I kind of saw how big it was in American theater performance culture. A lot of the songs are very iconic. And as I read about it and how it's about this man trying to make ends meet with his client, this rock star who's a big nationwide sensation, and so he plans for this big publicity stunt to take place in this small town in Ohio before he goes off into the army, and it sets the entire town into a spin because they had never had such crazy high status presence before, and it makes everyone either very angry or very happy that Conrad is there because of how he's influencing a lot of the teens in the area. And it felt like such a comical and zany, bizarre musical because it is a comedy. It's and it's very very much a product of its time, but in the best ways possible. And I feel like we really needed a comedy show at a time like this, with so much crazy stuff going on and so much uncertainty. It felt like everyone just needs a moment to be able to sit down and laugh and hear some amazing music.
It's pretty interesting.
That's a pretty good explanation of it. So people in the town either love them or hate them.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really an in-between, so there's controversy between that.
Absolutely.
So why'd you audition?
I would have to say the previous experiences I've had in musicals and previous roles that I've had, it really kind of kick-started me into wanting to do the main role. So just the fun that I've had while being in the program and while doing the shows, probably.
What other roles have you played in?
I played Max in Bright Star.
Do you have a favorite musical?
That isn't Bye Bye Birdie.
Right now, I'd have to say my favorite musical is Bye Bye Birdie. But
That's expected.
if I had to choose, and this is such the one musical that everybody kind of knows, I'd have to say Hamilton.
Hamilton's a really good one.
Fair enough. And do you have a favorite musical?
I have two that come to mind immediately, and those would be Next to Normal and In the Heights. They're on very opposite ends. One is very dramatic, and one is very cheerful and hopeful, but I really am a fan of those two.
Right. And this is going to sound bad, but I've never seen either of those. Or Hamilton. I've never watched Hamilton
What?
either.
Oh my
You
gosh.
have to watch Hamilton.
So when can you go watch Bye Bye Birdie? When does the show open?
Bye Bye Birdie opens a week from today, Friday, February 18th at 7:30 p.m., and the house opens at 7.
And where can you get the tickets to go see this?
You can find your tickets at ChoctawHSPerformingArts.org.
Well, thank you guys very much for answering our questions.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you guys in the show.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hudson Byers. Today I'm going to be interviewing some people from GARD. What are your names?
I'm Alexis. I'm Emily.
Okay, so first question on the list would be, what is the hardest thing you've had to learn in GARD?
Patience. You have to teach yourself, and once you get older, you have to start teaching the younger kids how to spin and how to dance. and you have to have patience with yourself when you're learning because you're going to get frustrated a lot.
How many hours a week do you have to practice?
About 22.
That is a lot. I am not a very dedicated person.
Those aren't counting like our occasional Saturday practices.
16 of those hours are our rehearsal time. 22 of them, or the other, what is that, like 6, yeah, math. That's how we help out with the younger groups. So we have to be at every rehearsal, not just our own, because Alexis is our captain. So we help teach the younger members too.
What are the different types of competitions you compete in?
Well, there's like the local circuit. So for Oklahoma, it would be WIGPO, right? Yeah, it would be WIGPO, and those are just like Oklahoma groups competing at Oklahoma schools. But then there's like WGI, which is like Winter Guard International, and it includes groups from all around the nation and all around the world.
How has social distancing impacted your protocols and practices? Because I know it's impacted a lot of other sports.
The hardest part was we had to wear a mask. And during guard, it's all about like your facial expressions. And so when we have a mask on, we really have to make sure our eyes are showing all of our emotion. And that's really hard to do. Also, we're really close with each other. Like, we like to hang out, we like to sit near each other, we like to give each other hugs every morning. So when we couldn't do that, it was a bummer. It was like a big impact on our like rehearsal setting and our moods.
What is your favorite part of that guard? What do you enjoy most? What makes you most happy about it?
I like going to competitions. There's just something about like getting up in the morning and like going to the rehearsal before we drive over to the school we're competing at, and it's like, you know, we're about to just like show off our show to all of the other schools there, and it's fun to watch our younger teams perform because
We're proud of them.
we're proud of them, and it's like really thrilling to get out on the floor, and you're just full of adrenaline.
How long have you been competing in guard? Like, how long have you been part of the program?
This is our 7th year.
Gosh,
Since we were in 6th
long
grade, this
time.
is our 7th year.
Is this something you see yourself doing at a college level or professionally in the future?
Yeah, I would like to go into an independent winter team, but it would have to definitely be an independent team and not one like associated with college. Because there's only like a few colleges that actually compete, and they're nowhere near Oklahoma.
If someone is interested in joining guard or being a part of it, who can they contact? What can they do to get in contact?
When audition season rolls around, we usually post flyers, but if you like know there's someone in your class who does guard, or if you like know one of us, like we're captains, you can come talk to us and we'll get you all the information about it.
Where can students watch performances?
Most of our class performances are on YouTube. I'm not sure if they're for public view, but I'm pretty sure a few of them are. We start competing this Saturday, so we'll be at Yukon High School, but February 19th we'll actually be here at Choctaw. We host our own contest. So we'll have a performance here. We have a home show that we do before we perform at state, and that's free for the public just to come and watch what we do.
Is guard open to girls and boys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a co-ed activity. We usually don't get that many boys, but it's open to anyone.
How do you come up with your choreography and music and your theme?
Well, we have, for the team, so our performance, we have choreographers, and they'll just play the music and kind of see like where the music takes them. It's almost like improv. Whenever we write for the cadet team, which is our youngest team, me and Alexis, and our third captain, Michaela, we run that together. We just turn on the music and we pick up a flag and we start going, and if it sticks, it sticks, and that's the choreography.
That's cool. Now we're going to cut to them teaching me some moves, which, again, as is the theme of the show, I will most likely fail at miserably. Hello, I'm back with Alexis and Olivia, and they're going to teach me some guard moves. Probably fail to learn. So let's get started.
Sitting here on the ground, and you're gonna have like one hand in front of you, and you're gonna send your knees over your feet as you like push your hips up, and you can use your arm to push you up too. And you're just gonna like push yourself up.
This is going to fail miserably. Wait, I'm not sure I can even look myself up like that.
Yeah.
Going to work. That is the best I'm going to possibly do.
So from here, you're just gonna like twist and bring your hand down as you like lay on the side of your calf, and then you just lay on one side of your butt, and you just kind of bring your feet together and roll to the other side, and then push yourself to sit.
What? So I'm standing here.
Yep.
I'm moved.
Yep. Yep. Now you sit down, twist, put this foot on the other side. And now, you can have your hands on the ground. You're going to push up here. And now stand up. Wow.
The point of this show has just become to break me. So, next move, I guess.
All you're going to do is it's basically a handstand. You're just not going to hold it very long.
Okay.
Usually we start them out with just putting one leg up. But I'm going to teach you toe tap.
You're gonna teach me the toe tap. I
Yeah.
don't okay.
Yeah, and then from there, you're going to push a little bit higher, and you want to think about bringing your hips a little bit higher over your shoulders.
You say it like it's easy, like tap your feet together, presto, it's done. You've done heel tap, or I forgot what the name of that.
I mean, that was pretty close. That's pretty close. You just have to. That was pretty close. That was pretty close.
That is as close as I am going to get. Hopefully that was in frame. So, is there anything you would like to tell the viewers? Like anything you want them to know about, upcoming competitions, upcoming, just anything you would like the viewers to know about it?
Our first competition of the season is this Saturday, if we don't get snowed out. And it would be easiest for Choctaw kids to come see us in the 19th, right? February 19th, because that's when we're hosting the Choctaw contest. And it's just going to be here all day. You'll get to see our cadet team perform for the first time. You'll get to see our middle school team and our JV.
So, I've been Hudson Byers with Hudson's Fun Zone. Thank you guys for letting me interview you, and thank you guys for watching me embarrass myself. So join me next time on another episode of Hudson's Fun Zone. Hopefully I won't die as much, but see you next time.
Hello everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of the Science Snippet. And let's reintroduce everyone's favorite chemistry teacher, Mr. Snyder.
How's it going, everyone?
Alrighty, we got a new experiment today. What's it going to be called?
This is our gas law lab, or the boiling can experiment.
Alright, so as you can see, what do we have right here?
We have a hot plate which is set up so that our cans have a little bit of water and we can get that to a slight boil. So we've got aluminum cans, a hot plate, and the aluminum cans just have a little bit of water in them.
Okay, and they're already been sitting here getting ready to
They've been
boil.
sitting here, I've got it prepared and ready for you.
Alrighty, and then what do we have right here? It looks like some ice and some
Over
water.
here we've got some ice, we've got some water, and for extra effect, I've added just a little bit of salt to this ice, just to make it a little bit colder.
Okay, a little bit of salt. Okay,
A
that
little
makes
bit of
sense.
salt.
What's the science behind that? How does salt make ice colder?
Salt actually lowers the melting point. So instead of ice and water staying at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it actually lowers it to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, so that the ice and the water is just an overall colder temperature,
I see.
making it a colder solution.
Alrighty, so that seems pretty simple when it comes to materials. Is that about it?
That's about it. The only other piece of equipment,
One more thing?
other than our safety goggles,
glasses.
we will need these beaker tongs.
Ah.
These will come in later.
Alrighty. So, what should be the first step? I mean, it seems pretty simple, straightforward with the materials we got.
So first step is always safety, and we are dressed in our safety equipment with our safety goggles. We're good to go. After that, you need to get your hot plates, your aluminum cans, and your water set up. Get it start boiling. By the way, I wouldn't recommend doing this one at home. Be safe. Or use your brains. Be safe. But if you are going to do this at home, make sure that you have your aluminum cans with a slight boil. And that's our setup. We got to get our ice ready. We got to get the cans ready. Other than
Alright,
that,
so-
we're ready to go.
Alright, so this is it, guys. Keep a close look on what's going on. I guess we'll bring this in a little bit closer.
Sounds good.
Alright, and then I'll let you do the honors for the first one.
Alright.
Show me how it goes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our can and we're going to have our palm face up, because what we're going to do is we're going to grab our can and we're going to very quickly invert it into the ice water. You guys ready?
Whoa.
And And that is our boiling can experiment. And you can tell it worked because when you pull it out, all of the water is stuck inside the can.
So, how does this work? You able to explain briefly to the people at home how this science experiment works?
Absolutely. So what's going on is we have a hot liquid and a gas going on inside this aluminum can. We have the water as a liquid and as a gas. So the temperature is very high. The can is open to the air, so the pressure is irrelevant at this point. But when we take our can and we invert it in the ice water, pressure is now blocked off, and with the change in temperature, we're going to have an implosion where the pressure outside the can is so much bigger than inside, it just crushes it.
I see. Okay, is this one ready?
Ethan, we've got another can set up and ready for you if you want to try it.
Okay, I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up.
Oh, you can do it. We believe in you.
Nice and hot. All right, we ready, guys? Don't want to mess this up. Whoa! That was a good one.
That was a good one. That might have been better than mine.
It was better than yours. Ooh, still got some Dr. Pepper residue in there. All right. Well, that was a pretty simple one for this week. Thank you, Mr. Snyder.
Absolutely, always happy.
And then we'll be back for here in a couple weeks to get another science experiment going. Thank you, guys.
The following is a paid presentation by Alvin in the Alleys. Remember those songs that you used to love?
I just don't think you'll understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man.
But you were history with the slamming of the door. I made myself so strong again somehow. And I've never wasted any of my time on you since then.
Hi, I'm Alvin Modesto of Alvin in the Alleys fame.
And I'm Ben Ball, CHS Studio President, being held against my will.
Oh, he's such a joker. We have an announcement for you guys at home. As you know, Monday is the day of love. Valentine's Day. And we have a special offer for all of you at Choctaw High School. You see, while I am, known as the most attractive person in the school, I've had a large amount of people ask me out for Valentine's Day. And unfortunately, I had to turn them down because the only one who can match up to my attractiveness is myself.
Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Now that I've been loving you so long.
But that doesn't mean that I can't help the rest of you out.
So for just $2, Alvin is willing to ask your crush out for you.
And with every increment of $2, I will ask an additional person out.
If you bring a 20, Alvin will ask 10 people out for you at your request.
Yes.
So give us your money.
Just like Buddy Holly. Whoa, when you're married, Tyler, I don't care what they say about
Dance more.
I don't care about that.
And it's for a good cause. Can you tell me about that, Ben?
Yes, the funds for you paying Alvin to ask out your crush will go to Eastern Oklahoma County Resource Center, the Choctaw High School Student Council 2022 Gold Rush beneficiary.
Thank you, Ben, for your time here. It's just been simply amazing having you here.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Back to the dungeon.
Yes, sir.
And I will always love you.
Oh, with any donation, you will be happy. You'll finally know happiness. I said to the dungeon with you.
Yes, sir.
I tuned my guitar to E flat for this. You know how difficult that was?
Hold on. There's one other song we could do.
gosh. It's in a different tuning.
You want to tune it real quick? Or can you tune it real
What
quick?
song? It should be good. That's as much as I'm doing with that.
Okay, perfect.
He didn't let me eat lunch.